And welcome to Brain Secret number 58. We are buzzing with the amazing brain series. Brain got two hemispheres, left side logical side, right side more visual and social side, IQ and EQ. The bridge is important for communication between the brain. 90% of people in the world are good. Ignore the rotten apples and let's focus on what is good and what is good for our brain. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay, we know all of that, and let's remove the change around our brains. Now, how do we develop intelligence for our children? So please share this with your children, your grandchildren, and if you're a teacher, share it with your school pupils. How do you develop intelligence? How do you get a better brain? Because we all want a better brain. We don't want our brain to be in a cage. If a brain is in a cage, it means people can take advantage of you. So how do you break the chains around your brains? And we need to understand how the brain works. Think of, now there are more than 100 billion cells in the brain. Thus, in addition to this, there's trillions of nutrition cells known as astrocytes, oligodendrocytes. They are the bottom layer. They are feeding these brain cells, these neurons. The neurons are the most important part of the brain. That's known as the gray matter. At the top of the brain, you find what is known as the gray matter, and from there you have the axons known as the white matter. So you have the gray matter on top, you have the white matter coming down. So here we just look at 5 just as an example, as an illustration of how we can become more intelligent. And this is the secret of dendrites. In very simple terms, basic, how to keep everything simple. Consider a brain cell. Brain cell contains a nucleus. There's long part here is an axon, and from there we have dendrites. Dendrites are just like communication channels. In a person who doesn't read much, this is what the brain cells look like. In a person who does not read much, that means there's very few dendrites. These dendrites are the key. These dendrites are branches of communication between one cell and another cell. The more communication links you have, the faster your brain can think, the more intelligent you become. The fewer lines you have, you'll find it difficult to understand concepts. You won't know what is going on. You'll find it difficult to learn a new language. You'll find it difficult to study for your exams if you have few of these, right? So if you do a lot of reading, a lot of studying, this is what happens. So instead of just having a few dendrites, the axon remains the same. Remember, look, the axon is the same. You don't improve the axon. The axon is your communication channel. And the number of brain cells remains the same. So you don't increase more brain cells when you get intelligent. The brain cells remain the same. The key is the dendrites. Look at this. The number of brain cells are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The axons are the same. But what hasn't changed here is the number of dendrites. This is the key to intelligence. Compare this compared to that. So a person who does not read, their brain looks like this. A person who does a lot of reading or studying, their brain looks like this. So please encourage your children. Please encourage your grandchildren. Please encourage the students in the classroom. Please read. This is the key to intelligence. The more you read, the more your brain can communicate with other neurons, and the faster your thinking becomes, the faster you can understand things. The faster, if someone talks about something, you grasp it immediately. Other people are wondering, oh, what happened? What is he talking about? If you're doing like that because your brain cells got very few dendrites. So if you don't understand what is going on, is because your brain has got very few dendrites. So please remember, the key to intelligence, the key to understanding life and the meaning of life, the key to getting a proper understanding and to understand immediately, grasp new concepts, increase your dendrites. And the key component of that is read. And Islam tells us in Surah 96 verse number 1, IQRA, which means read. God most merciful has the very first command he told us, read. When you read, this is what happens to your brain. The creator of your brain is telling you to read. The creator of your brain is giving you a manual how to use the brain. And the creator of your brain, most merciful, is telling you, read. I'm not telling it. The one who created your brain is telling you, read. And science has now proven that reading benefits the brain. If you don't read, this is what your brain looks like. If you read, this is what your brain looks like. So please, as what I always say, reading is vitamin tonic for the brain. And this is in brain lesson number 58. Let me know your thoughts. Please share. Please share with the school kids, with your children, grandchildren. Let's get going with this country. Let's get our education levels on a higher level. We need to encourage our children to study hard and to grasp the careers. For all the Gen Z kids, please, this is your life, this is your world, this is the world, it's your oyster. But you've got to work hard. Nothing in life comes easy. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.